Good afternoon, Lali Mohammed here from Prodeviant Productions, where we join you today in one of the busiest intersections in Toronto, Dundas Square. Community members and a coalition of students gathered today to protest Canada's ongoing failure to increase accessibility to HIV medicine. A die-in is taking place where members hope to shed light not only on the many lives lost because of lack of accessibility to this medicine, but also to push for motion Bill 393 to pass.
2 years ago, a bill called Bill C393 was passed as a private member's bill in Parliament, and we really want to ensure that it survives, that it is amended, and that it includes a one license solution.
Some of you may know that the key part of this bill is to make it easier to get low-cost generic drugs to developing countries, and that key part was actually taken out by a parliamentary committee a couple of weeks ago. So we need to now keep pressure on our MPs to get it put back in the bill and then get the bill passed.
We're all going to rush to the center and we're going to drop down. We're going to stay in that position until we get the signal to get back up. We move back to our corners and then we repeat this again when the next scramble is on.
With Richard Elliott, the Executive Director of the Canadian HIV/AIDS Legal Network. Richard, what are we doing here tonight?
We've been dying in the middle of this intersection to call attention to the fact that Parliament needs to take action on a bill that's in front of it that will help get access to more affordable drugs for people with AIDS and other health problems in developing countries.
There seems to be a lot of Canadian support in passing the bill. Why do you think there's resistance from the government?
I think the government is in the pocket of the brand name pharmaceutical industry that doesn't want this passed because it gives them more leverage to sell their higher priced drugs.
There's been a lot of resistance about companies being able to produce to make more money. There's been arguments about there not being enough infrastructure or that there's other systemic factors that are going to get in the way, but honestly, being able to produce and export these drugs will make a difference.
What's the Canadian consciousness right now on the bill? Like, do people want to support it or do they want to deny it?
Well, about a year ago, actually, there was a national poll done by a number of organizations that work on global health and development issues, and they found that 80% of Canadians support Parliament taking action.
What does this mean for the lives of people infected and affected by HIV/AIDS?
Well, it's proven that antiretrovirals make a huge difference. There's a huge incidence of childhood infection of HIV and AIDS, and 50% of those children will die by the age of 2. But antiretroviral medications can save the lives of 75% of those children.
From today until this week or next week when the bill is passed, what can sort of Torontonians and Canadians do?
I think you should be phoning your federal members of Parliament, telling them that you back this bill and telling them to do everything they can to make sure that the bill is amended the way that it needs to be done to make it effective and that it gets passed.